Number 10. Ottoman Coinage. The Ottoman Empire lasted for over 600 years, from the 13th century all the way to the 20th century, and during that time, they didn't have a central bank like we do today, so each province produced their own currency. It was usually stamped with the local mint's name and the sultan's name. There were also different denominations based on the metals used. The higher value coins were made of gold and silver, while the lower value coins were made of copper and brass. However, there was one problem. Because each province could make their own coins, it led to a lot of counterfeiting and debasement of the coinage. So in 1844, the Ottoman Sultan decided to create a new currency that would be standardized and used throughout the empire. This new currency was called the piastre, and it was divided into 40 kirsch, or 1,000 dirhams. At first, only gold and silver coins were produced, but later on, copper and brass coins were also made. The coins were stamped with the new Ottoman emblem, which featured a star and crescent moon. This new coinage system worked pretty well, and it wasn't until 1908 that the empire started to collapse. After the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the Turkish government continued to use the lira as its currency. Number 9. Be honest. In the early days of the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan's wife could only become the empress if she gave birth to a male heir. But as the empire grew and the Sultan's wives became more powerful, they started to use their influence to get their own coins minted with their faces on them. They even went as far as to have coins minted with just their initials. These coins were usually made of gold and silver and were highly prized by collectors. One of the most famous examples is the Be Honest coin, which was minted in 1757 during the reign of Sultan Osman III. The coin features the bust of Be Honest facing right, and the reverse features a tulip, which was the favorite flower of the Ottoman sultans. Another famous example is the Hurrem Sultan coin, which was minted in 1555 during the reign of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The coin features the bust of Hurrem facing left, and the reverse features a pomegranate, which was the symbol of fertility and abundance in Ottoman culture. Number 8. History. Ottoman history dates back to the 13th century, when the Turkish tribes migrated to Anatolia and began to establish small states. By the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire had expanded to include much of the Middle East, North Africa, and southeastern Europe. During its peak, the empire was a major player in international trade and was known for its wealth and luxury. However, as the empire began to decline in the 18th century, it became increasingly fragmented and eventually fell to outside invaders in the early 20th century. Today, the Ottoman Empire is remembered for its rich history and culture, as well as its contributions to art, architecture, and literature. If you enjoyed this video, check out my others about the Ottoman Empire. Thanks for watching.